So I'm going to read Psalm 26 verses 1 and 2, and it says, "Declare me innocent, O Lord, for I have acted with integrity. I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Put me on trial, Lord, and cross-examine me. Test my motives and my heart." I want to ask you, as a Christian, can you pray this kind of prayer? If you can answer this question to yourself with all truthfulness, it will tell you, your answer will tell you your stand, where you stand with God. Not every Christian, I'm not even talking of unbelievers, not every Christian can make such prayer. Because we can be Christian and yet harbor evil in our hearts. It takes the grace of God, because daily we are tempted by the enemy. Sometimes we do things, even as little as giving, we do it out of probably to be seen by the public eye. So some people, they have seen on platforms, when they go on platforms, they post receipts of how much they sent to people soliciting for fund, maybe to help someone, someone's health. And trust me, I've been in a position where I would want to join the queue, right? And so that, and I know the intent I want to do it for. I'm not doing it to be glory, like for God's. I'm not doing it at that point. I'm not posting it to God's glory. The action of paying that money into their account, like sowing a seed for the person's health, is actually from a good place, right? But most times when we have it in our heart to post the receipts online so that people can see that you made donations, it's not to glorify God. It is usually to glorify self, right? So sometimes our motives for doing, even carrying out good intentions, our motives can be bad. You say, now, is it not because I just want to glorify him? Is it not, as long as it's not Satan? No, see, let me tell you, Satan does not need you to worship him. He does not need you to glorify him. The moment you can glorify self, you are equal with Satan. Because you know what Satan did? Satan wanted to glorify himself above God, and that is what landed him where he is today, to condemn total damnation, right? So Satan does not need you to worship him. He only needs you to start. You know, these people, when you see some agendas on social media, some people, they are saying, oh, love yourself. I'm not saying don't love yourself, right? But you can say the motive behind that, love yourself, no grief for anybody, do this, everything, self-love. They are promoting the spirit of self. It's not coming from a genuine place most of the time. It's coming from a place of selfishness, if we are honest with ourselves. So can you, as a Christian, when you are agitating and helping those people propagate that propaganda, right? Can you actually look at this Psalms 26, 1 and 2, especially verses 2, where it says, "Put me on trial, Lord." And do you know what it means for you to ask God to put you on trial, for God to test you? Did you see the test he gave to Job? Can you withstand God's test? Did you see the test he gave to Job? Did you see the test he put most of the disciples through? As a Christian, before you pray certain prayers, be sure where you stand with God. And I'm not saying it to scare you away. I'm saying it so that you re-examine your life before God cross-examine you. Make sure your life has been examined by yourself before God cross-examines you. Because when he does, and you are on the wrong side of things, it can be dangerous. So I beg you, in the name of God, make sure your heart is right with God. Make sure that anything you're doing, any act of kindness, anything at all you're doing on earth, that the motive behind it is right. So make sure that your life is right with God, because if it is not, it can be terrible, it can be dangerous. Because if Job, someone that is as faithful as he is to God, someone that the Bible accorded, I think, a righteous man, if he can be tested, how much more you? Sometimes we claim things that we are not as Christians, and you don't know that that thing you're claiming, you're even inviting Satan to come and tempt you. Please and please again, not to scare you, but to have you reflecting on your decisions. Anytime you want to take a decision and you know that this thing is not to the glory of God, please take a step back. Re-examine your decisions, your intentions behind that decision, and make sure it is first right with God before you proceed. Because that action alone can be used against you by the spiritual realm, by demons. Because what the enemy does is, when he will tempt you into doing something, committing an act, and when you fall into his trap, he then has a legal right. He now have an evidence to take before the courts of heaven. Because some of you don't know that there is a court in heaven. So he takes it and argue your case before the Father. Please be careful, Christians. Make sure that every decision you're making, or every intention you have towards a decision, towards an action, that intention is positive, is to the glory of God and not to glorify self. I hope this message blesses you. God bless you, and see you on my next one. Bye bye.